thank you to our sponsor, miraclesmanifestorhoodies.com. I truly love the quality, colors, and meaning behind these zodiac sign sweatshirts, as well as the mission and purpose of the brand, which is combining the power of positive thoughts and manifestation with the highest quality clothing, styles, and fashion to keep everyday inspiration, motivation, and the energy of optimism alive in you. So go ahead and make this sweatshirt your new lucky charm and use coupon code Nadiya at checkout. Links are in the description below. Hello, fabulous superstar Aries. Welcome to your horoscope for the month of June 2022. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. It is a remarkable astrological month without a doubt. Big moves happening in the sky now, especially for you. So much fiery, passionate energy as we begin this month, with Jupiter in your sign, Mars in your sign as well. And that energy continues right through the middle of the month, particularly because we're going to have a full moon also in your element, before the energy switches up as we move late into the month, bringing you home in some way. So let's take it one at a time. It is on the 14th of this month that we will have this month's full moon. This full moon is taking place in a decidedly worldly part of your sky. And so this has to do with long distance travel, immigration, citizenship, higher learning, legal matters, the political, philosophical, and spiritual beliefs that guide your life. And this is about you making sense of the world, whether that's literally or figuratively. This is about you putting things into place that you hope will manifest bigger and better in the fullness of time. Well, here's the thing with this full moon. On the one hand, it is speaking in a conversation of tension with Neptune. I want to be straightforward with you. That energy is not easy because it does suggest uncertainty, maybe even disappointment. And I'm so sorry to say, but it does happen. But here's the thing. We've got a harmonious connection with Saturn happening simultaneously as well, which does suggest, on the one hand, that whatever's happening, you can see the wisdom of it. You can see that in some way there is fairness playing out. And you're also empowered in very tangible ways to move yourself in a solid direction towards manifesting the outcomes that you desire. Here's the thing to remember. Delays are not denials. And sometimes with this energy, there might be delays. Also possible sometimes what it is that you may be envisioning that you're trying to put into place, it may look uncertain in the moment, but it's only in hindsight and only well after the fact that you realize the disappointments were a part of helping you to put incredible things into place for yourself. And so this part of the sky having to do with long distance travel, well, if you've got a trip planned, this is where things might not go exactly as planned, and yet you can see how what's playing out has its wisdom. It's smart in its own way. If it is that you're involved in an immigration or citizenship matter or even a legal matter, well, a full moon like this can bring things to culmination. Full moons tend to represent completion. And even if outcomes are not ideal, even with Jupiter in your sign, I feel like this may not feel like a windfall. And yet you can see how there is a measured or perhaps more balanced perspective playing out here. And you're empowered to take steps to move yourself forward in some way. If it is that you are in an institute of higher learning, well, this can be one of those moments where you may not feel very connected to what it is that you are studying, or if you work within this particular environment as well, there may be some disillusionment there. But there's also practical steps, keeping the big picture in mind, knowing that you're being strengthened in the process, regardless of what it is that you choose. By the time we get here, Mercury is going to be direct. So Mercury does go direct in the very first days of this month. And so you're able to understand and see things clearly. You're able to gather information clearly. And so whatever it is that you decide as we get to this full moon in particular, it's like you have enough of a perspective to see the advantages of whatever it is that you choose, but also see in a balanced way what could be less than ideal. And make your choices. And when you make your choices consciously, really, you can't make a wrong choice. As we navigate to the 29th, that is when we are going to have this month's new moon. And this new moon takes place at the foundation of your chart, having to do with home, having to do with family of origin, and having to do with your understanding of your roots. Well, here's the thing. This new moon is making somewhat of a harmonious connection with Uranus. It's what we call a wide orb, and yet there is that potential there for things to change in a way that feels quick and fortunate and empowering. And yet what we also have happening here is that this new moon is going to be speaking in a conversation of tension with Jupiter in your sign. Now, I actually think that this could be helpful to you because this can end up being an energy that helps you to be honest with yourself. There's going to be a lot of energy happening at the same time that is anything but honest. And that really is because under the same sky as this new moon, we're going to have Neptune standing still and going retro. And so on the one hand, there's this overriding energy that a lot of us are going to be feeling like things are not as ideal as we would like. And you're feeling that as well. And yet with this new moon energy and where it comes to your living situation, where it comes to your connection to your past, to your family of origin, perhaps your parents where that applies, well, you are very determined to improve your circumstances. It's like you're tapping into a faith in yourself, but you're being encouraged to take action in support of that faith. And so this can be a time when you may overshoot the mark, meaning that this energy can be a little bit overconfident, although some people would say that's not a bad thing. Where it is that you're willing to take action in support of a more hopeful future, by understanding where you've been or by reconfiguring your past, your roots, interpreting them differently so that they empower you today. Well, that is where you'll be able to take where you've been as a jumping board towards where it is that you want to go. If it is that you have a home-based business or you work with homes, well, this can be a time of some wonderful creative ideas that align you with greater prosperity as well. Where it is that you're hoping to bring change to your living situation, well, again, you may overshoot the mark. You may want something that is actually going to require a little bit of planning, and yet you've got luck on your side for knowing that you can make changes that you love. Now, where it comes to matters of love, I actually do believe that this month, on the 16th of the month, we have a truly fortunate love-related day. Now, this is a day that I actually always keep my eye on where it comes to love-related matters because all of us are going through some profound lessons in the context of love. And this is Venus meeting the North Node. For you, this meeting is taking place in a part of the sky that has to do with self-love as well. And so throughout most of this month, as you begin the month and right to the 23rd, Venus is moving through this part of the sky where love and self-love are intimately connected. It is going to be that last week of the month that Venus will change signs, moving into a more communicative part of the sky. And so coming back to the 16th, Venus meets the North Node. This is powerfully karmic. It is about a doorway opening from which new people enter who represent karmic blessings. Pallas Athena is there as well, which means the cultivation of wisdom is very much a part of new experiences and new understandings we're all having in the context of love. For you, these new understandings, new experiences, well, chances are they're pointing the way to your understanding of how it is that self-love shows up for you in the context of romantic love and how that can actually be really empowering, moving you forward from here. So for those of you open to meeting someone new, well, I do think it is mid-month that you may attract an experience that helps you to feel that much more clear about where you are in terms of self-love, but also to appreciate how far it is that you've come. This isn't about judgment at all. This is about appreciation. This is about you having a depth of understanding, of compassion for your journey, but also love for where you are now. And so for some, that's going to be an incredible experience that helps you to understand how you want to navigate forward in love. For other Aries out there, the experience, well, it may not necessarily be easy on the surface, but it brings you to that place of understanding how to react from a place of wisdom. which helps to affirm healthy self-love in romantic love going forward from here. Now, for those of you just starting to date somebody, there is a powerful moment of clarity set to take place in the middle of the month. Now, that moment of clarity is going to help you to understand how this person is affirming self-love for you or not. Where they're not, that just isn't going to work for you under a sky like this. With Pallas Athena there's a part of you that very much are seeing things with eyes of wisdom, that is very much able to understand that whatever's happening right now is ultimately part of your larger affirmation of a greater sense of self-value. Where this person does affirm that, well, it can be in the middle of the month where you really feel like things accelerate forward. It may also be possible that you connect with someone brand new in the middle of the month, and that becomes a part of helping you to understand these key soul lessons likely to present themselves to you right around the middle of the month. And for those of you in an established bond, what a powerful time this can be. In established bonds, this is one of those moments where, on the one hand, you are reaching a depth of appreciation of all that you bring, of all that you offer, of all that you give. For some Aries out there, this may be a time when you feel inspired to be more generous with your partner in some way. That could be financially, but that could also be in terms of your time or your presence. Regardless, though, remember, the lessons of self-love and romantic love are intimately tied at a time like this. And where it is that some wisdom within you is affirmed in a healthy way, well, that's where the bonds can grow stronger. But I would be remiss if I didn't say, if it is that you've known for a while that you are not in the right relationship for you, well, all of that determination within you to find self-love within you and self-value within you to go in a different direction, all of that is likely to come to the surface at a time like this. What I love about this month for you, well, it's an exciting astrological time. We've got planets very much on the move. In the first days of the month, Mercury goes direct and Saturn goes retro. And as I said, end of the month, Neptune goes retro as well. And all of this does suggest a shift of energies and a shift of priorities as well. And a real moment of clarity that is set to find you. On the one hand, there's mind level clarity thanks to Mercury going direct. And at least in the very first days of this month, where it is that you were hoping a financial matter would clear up and move forward, well, chances are that'll find you in the first days of the month. As we navigate further, though, chances are you'll start to become that much more reflective, feeling as if you are tapping into a depth of self-love rooted in self-knowledge that is opening your heart and reminding you that you truly do deserve all good things. Well, thank you so much for watching, and a big thank you to the sponsor for this month's videos, MiracleManifestorHoodies.com. Well, they're back, and look at these beautiful sweatshirts. Now, if you follow me on social media, you must have seen me wearing their sweatshirt for my sign all over the place. Like I wore it on the Seven Colors Mountain in Peru. I wore it when I trekked up a volcano in Ecuador. And I shared all of that on my social media. So I hope that you enjoyed that. But did people not just love this sweatshirt? I loved this sweatshirt as well. People constantly commented on how amazing the quality seemed. And I loved how powerful it made me feel, really. I loved, like, every time I looked down, I saw Miracle Manifestor. Oh my God, I love that so much. So a big thank you to our sponsor, Miracle Manifestor Hoodies, because I love being able to share these incredible products with you. And I've really loved working with them as well. So remember, if you use code Nadiya at checkout, you get a discount. And visit their website. Check out, they've got so many incredible sweatshirts on their website as well. Incredible quality. They feel amazing. They make you feel great. So I hope that you'll check them out. And thank you again for watching. It'll be a great month. Enjoy. Welcome to the exciting rebirth of Superstar, featuring choose your membership rate as low as just $3 a month. At Superstar, you get expanded exclusive video scopes each and every week, unlimited access to special horoscopes, class passes for Synchronicity University, consultations with me, and so much more. All of this in the Superstar space. I look forward to meeting you there.